This tutorial will provide an overview of the billing process, which involves not only items such as invoices, payments, patient statements, and claims, but how the electronic documentation and/or superbill plays into billing as well. Note, this tutorial is designed to show you the scope of the billing process. Do not concern yourself with the specific buttons or features. Those will be covered in follow-on tutorials. The learning objectives for this tutorial are primarily to understand the concept of the billing process. Vocabulary is also key. Knowing the difference between the date of service, claim, invoice, and EOB is critical. If nothing else, remember, it's all about the process. In this and virtually all of our tutorials, you'll hear me talk about process relentlessly. An efficient, effective, repeatable business process is the key. As mentioned before in the process tutorial, the second key process identifier is this a cash or insurance patient? Basically, can I simply collect cash at the time of service, or will I need to create a claim and submit it to the insurance company? The front desk generally schedules the patient and adds a visit type, which identifies why the patient is coming in. In this case, we know it's a regular adjustment due to the custom color, and checking them into the office by dragging and dropping them into the waiting room, which automatically pops the check-in process. The front staff can either run through this process now or wait to perform these functions during checkout. If you're going to collect payments during check-in towards a service that has not yet been rendered, do not create the invoice during check-in. You will do that during checkout. Post the payment for that service on account. You will actually apply the payment towards an invoice that is created post-treatment during checkout. This allows you to both create and connect the invoice to the specific visit and encounter, rather than a simple document that has no other real value than to track funds. The front desk staff generally doubles as a chiropractic assistant at this point. They go to the patient care screen to prepare the doctor's documentation. See the process tutorial and electronic health records tutorials for more information. After the practitioner is finished documenting, they will generally go to the superbill after an evaluation, or just use the last visit as a template for today's encounter, which uses the superbill to code this encounter, and submit the date of service to billing for claim and/or invoice creation. This is important. Regardless of whether you want a claim to be sent to an insurance company, or if this is a cash patient, you will select Send to Billing for all your patients, when you are ready to have them charged for their visit. Then, to signal the front desk that the practitioner is done, they drop the patient back into the waiting room. The front desk staff then completes the checkout process, if not completed during check-in. Collect copays, process payments, and reschedule the patient, an important part of which is selecting the billing icon here. Select the Edit button here, below the summary of the billing information that was produced from the documentation. You will notice that a date of service editor is displayed, allowing you to create the claim and resulting claim invoice directly from the checkout screen, with as little as one click, with no need to navigate to other screens. If you would like to create an invoice for cash services and products, in addition to the claim that is being produced for this visit, simply add them here. To create both the claim and invoice for this patient's visit, you have the option to do so. The invoice automatically pops, and you can apply payments made now or monies that you would have collected during the check-in that were posted on account. Once finished, click Return to Checkout Process at the bottom of the invoice to finish checking this patient out. Important note, if you have a specialized billing staff that create the claims later on, after the patient has left, that is okay. Just skip this billing step for your insurance patients. You'll still use it to create invoices for your cash patients, which you can easily see from the billing information here, based on the episode and encounter information. Had this patient been a cash patient, the date of service editor would have been green, not white, and the invoice for this service and any products would have been created here. Or use a CPT code and change the unit charge here to reflect the time of service discount. Again, apply payment and finish checkout. To work your claims further, generate reports, post EOBs, or if you have a specialized billing staff, go to the Business tab. To utilize features such as the Claims Manager, our various interactive reports, and Explanation of Benefits, EOB, work list, to be used when reconciling the explanation of benefits, where you have the opportunity to determine the patient portion and create invoices. Note, A claim can be sent in a couple of different formats depending on the insurance company's technological receipt capabilities. If you send it electronically, it goes out as an 837. If you operate in a state such as Virginia, North, or South Carolina, for example, you may be required to use a state-specific website to send your claims. We have special technology and training to handle those instances. Or, if you want to print and mail the claim manually, as seen here, you will send it on a standard CMS 1500 form. This standard form is simply a request for payment, and should not be confused with an invoice, statement, or EOB. The monies requested on this document are tracked via a corresponding invoice, which can be rolled up on a single patient statement.